so. No, 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 no. I don't think so. No, 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 no. It's never, ever, 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 ever gonna happen. I don't think so. No, 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 no. I don't think so. No, 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 no. It's never, ever, 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 ever gonna happen. I don't think so. No, 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 no. Maybe some.
I wanted to do this video live, but right now I have laryngitis and am unable to speak very well, so this time I have to use a voiceover. Before I start the video, I just want to be fair to the many Republicans out there that do not buy into Donald Trump's bullshit and rhetoric. Those Republicans are the ones who have some sense and are not fanatical Donald Trump cult members. They see him for the man that he is, or is not, as the case may be, and they see the true danger he is to democracy. For this election, these true patriots will be backing the Harris-Walz ticket, and they will go down in the history books as the Republicans who helped to save democracy by voting on the Democratic ticket where the office of President of the United States is concerned. On the other hand, Democrats realize that while these Republicans are doing this, it is because they want to come together and save democracy as we know it. This is true bipartisanship, folks. While the two parties do not always agree on certain things, the idea is that the two groups come together and compromise, landing on a solution that is beneficial to all Americans. Donald Trump, on the other hand, wants to sow hatred throughout the United States and to our allies. In electing Kamala Harris, two firsts will occur. First, we will have elected the first woman in the history of the United States to the office of president. Second, we will have elected the first woman of color to the office of president at the same time. Donald Trump is a dangerous individual, having worked with the mafia for so long in getting his buildings built in and around New York and New Jersey that he has come to believe he is the Don of real estate and wants to hide behind others in his criminal acts. Think about it for a minute. Would you rather have a woman of color sitting in the Oval Office or a man who presently has 34 felony convictions himself, with more coming along the way, and 8 of his closest allies already having served prison time for him? And that doesn't even consider those sentenced top jail or prison from the January 6th riot attack on the United States Capitol. He's dangerous, folks. Oh, so dangerous. And it's only going to get worse still. So to summarize, to those non-fanatical Republicans, thank you for having the good sense to help us save democracy. I do want to warn Democrats, though, and this in particular is a message to President Biden. Please have the National Guard ready across the country, because it is my belief, and if I thought of this, I know others have too. When Donald Trump loses, he is going to create chaos and riots again. So I think we had better be on guard and prepared for whatever he may do the day after the election. Donald Trump, so aptly named by President Joe Biden, has become more and more narcissistic as this 2024 presidential campaign goes on. He seems to be more worried about crowd size than the issues or anything else. Frankly, he's pissed off because of the crowds Kamala Harris is pulling into her rallies, and I hope he stays just that way to ensure that the Democrats do in fact win this election, which will undoubtedly open another can of worms altogether. I have a few websites that keep me busy. A couple of them have video channels associated with them, including my WizKid Productions website and our ministry website called Heavenly Chapel Ministry. With the other things that I do, I am incredibly busy all of the time, and I already have trouble keeping up with the demands of the websites that I run, let alone making yet another video channel that I have to manage for my writing and editorial website. But I find it extremely hard to sit on the sidelines anymore because the coming election is entirely too important. We are in a dangerous time with these elections that involve Donald Trump. The man is clearly off his rocker, and his cult following is trying to get him into the White House again. Think about it for a minute. This is a man who clearly gives a shit about no one but himself. I can't do this on my other channels, so we now have a new YouTube channel. We have to have a serious discussion. As much as I hate controversy, this has to be done. All bullshit aside, folks, Donald Trump is going to destroy this country as we know it if he gets a chance to get back into the White House. In his own words, he stated, "Vote for me and you'll never have to vote again." Let's watch this clip.
If you want to save America, get your friends, get your family, get everyone you know, and vote. Vote early, vote absentee, vote on election day. I don't care how, but you have to get out and vote. And again, Christians, get out and vote just this time. You won't have to do it anymore. 4 more years, you know what? It'll be fixed. It'll be fine. You won't have to vote anymore, my beautiful Christians. I love you, Christians. I'm a Christian. I love you. Get out. You got to get out and vote.
I know many people missed his point, and that's easy to do after listening to him drone on hour after hour with his boring speeches that speak of nothing but Kamala Harris' crowd numbers at her rallies and how he does not like her smile. And since he has no real issues to speak of about her, he has decided that she is a communist who is trying to turn the country into a fascist state, when in reality, it is he who is trying to do that. Trump has a knack for turning things that he does around and blaming those things on others. The man absolutely cannot stand to lose. He also wants to set aside the Constitution. Essentially, he wants to turn the country into a dictatorship. Look at this video clip.
Former Vice President Mike Pence is speaking out on former President Trump's call to actually terminate, his word, terminate the United States Constitution to overturn the 2020 presidential election and to reinstate him to power. That comes as the White House is ramping up pressure on the GOP to condemn Trump's almost unbelievable thought of shredding the document that enshrines the rights of every American.
Donald Trump likes to campaign by attacking people, and he generally likes to blame the other side for the things that he has done. In this case, what I mean is he is accusing Democrats of trying to turn this country into a communist state. While most sane people know that this is completely false and untrue, he in fact is the one who wants to turn the country into a fascist state, in which he is the dictator running the country. Does anyone realize that this is what Adolf Hitler did to Germany in 1933 and Fidel Castro did in 1959? The first thing Donald Trump, as President Joe Biden has aptly named him, wants to do is turn the country into a dictatorship, which is what Adolf Hitler ultimately did in the 1930s. His second order of business is to terminate the U.S. Constitution. Finally, he wants to use the Department of Justice to jail his enemies. And who knows, by the time the election is over, I may be one of them. What did Donald Trump accomplish during his run as president? The biggest thing he accomplished was out of approximately 1,460 days, he spent 428 of them, that's nearly 1 in 3 days as president. He went to one of his properties to go golfing, meaning that he took himself and his entire entourage at the cost of more than $237 million in all, as near as I can get an exact number. He used to criticize Barack Obama for taking a golfing trip when he was president, while his clown-ass self spent